Right now, Executive Vice President and General Manager of the Royals, J.J. Picollo. J.J., it's Brian Kenny. Congratulations on all the success.
Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that.
You're coming off not just like a last-place finish. You know, there's the worst to first thing. You didn't have 95 losses last year. You had 106 now, sitting pretty for the playoffs. Give me your overall view of how that worked.
Well, it was really the vision of our front office and knowing the talent we had on our roster. Obviously, Salvi was back, and Bobby Witt Jr., just an incredible talent. Some other young guys around it, and a couple guys in our rotation that we thought we could build around them as well. So it was just a shared vision that we had, and shared it with these free agents, made a couple other moves, and it's worked so far.
We've had a lot of MVP discussion, and it's fun to do because you've got big sluggers versus shortstops in both leagues. Your shortstop, obviously, in the thick of it. You got Bobby Witt, who's slugging near 600, hitting 333. Give me your sell on Bobby Witt, MVP over Aaron Judge.
Well, I'm not going to take anything away from Aaron Judge at all. But, being with Bobby every day, just seeing how he impacts the game offensively, defensively, on the base paths. Very good chance to win a Gold Glove this year. We're going to win a batting title. He's doing some things no player in the history of the game has ever done, and that can't go ignored. And I'm glad that people are talking about him. It's going to be an interesting vote. Obviously, Aaron's having an incredible year, and we're just proud that we have Bobby on our team, and no, we wouldn't be in this spot if it weren't for Bobby Witt Jr.
Hasn't missed a game, right? He's played every game.
No, he hasn't. Played every game, DH once.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. You have a team identity, too, besides the superstar shortstop and the catcher. StatCast is powered by Google Cloud. You're fourth in contact rate. So you're first in outs above average. That's defensive work there. And third in runner runs. So that's base running. So fielding, contact, defense. Again, Bobby is a big part of that. But tell me, is that by design? Is that what you had? How did that work out?
Absolutely by design. One of the things that we discussed as an organization last year was the idea that we may be overcorrecting. And in the sense, what I mean by that is we have to keep the main thing. When it comes down to winning games, it's pitching, it's defense, it's executing when you have a chance to score. And that's what we've done. The starting pitching has been excellent. They've gotten us deep into games. Our bullpen has stepped up at the right times. And then we've been very good at putting the ball in play when runners are in scoring position. And when you look at what we've done over the course of the year, that's been our recipe, and running the bases aggressively. And that's no different than how we won 10 years ago.
You know, you went on a mini spending spree, and that's been different for your club, and it's worked out beautifully. Seth Lugo, Michael Wacha, Hunter Renfroe, and these are reasonable deals. You got an immense amount of talent. Didn't make the waves of Ohtani and Yamamoto, but it's worked out. Give me your MO on what we would normally call mid-level signings.
Well, we needed to put a team together. It wasn't about signing one guy. We had holes in our rotation. We had holes in our bullpen. We had holes in our lineup. So how do we effectively and efficiently use the money that we had? Our owner, John Sherman, has been outstanding in supporting us and supporting the vision that we all share. And we were able to just basically try to put a team together, recognizing what our weaknesses were. But it certainly started with the pitching. Once we were able to get a few relievers, sign a few starters, then we were able to concentrate on the bats, and it's come together pretty well.
Seth Lugo, did you expect this? I mean, leading the league in innings, that's amazing. How about that?
Yeah, I'd love to tell you that we did expect that, but we just liked the way Seth went about it. We learned a lot more about him once he was with us. Certainly has the mind of a starter. He can really execute pitches, and is way more advanced as a pitcher than we realized. So we're ecstatic that he's with us, and he's also had a really profound effect on all of our other starters. So it's been a great sign for us. I'm glad we have him for a couple more years.
You did, JJ, like a big roster churn deadline moves. Paul DeYoung, Michael Lorenzen, Lucas Erceg, all have been good for you. Then September 1st, then you move from there. So that's a lot of quality that you were able to get at the deadline. You also were able to claim Tommy Pham, Robbie Grossman after you lost Vinny Pasquantino. So just tell me about the aggressive mindset in still trying to accumulate talent.
Yeah, well, we don't have a perfect team, that's for sure. I don't know if any team does, but, it's just constantly examining what we had, where our strengths, where our weaknesses were, and how we could continue to build a team, even though we were deep into the year. Again, our pro scouting department did a tremendous job in identifying players, anticipating who might be available at the end of August. Tommy Pham, Robbie Grossman were two guys we had interest in at the deadline. Put the claim in for both, hoping we'd get both, because that was right after Vinny got hurt. And we were very fortunate to get him, and they've been contributors since they've been here. And Gurriel was a little more difficult. You're very limited in how you can access players. You had to find players either from the Mexican League or AAA that weren't on a major league contract. And our staff went to work really quickly and identified Uriel, and he's done really well for us.
Yeah, you've been with the club a long time. What is it like for you to see Salvador Perez again having another great year at 34, a bridge to the old Royals title teams? I never expected this type of surge, after those, several years after you won the title. Here it is.
Well, Salvi deserves this. Last year when we got to the trade deadline, there was a lot made of whether or not we would trade Salvi and if he would want to be traded. But the message that he had for us is he wants to win, and he wants to win here. So we wanted to see him be in the spot that he's in right now and have a chance to get back to the postseason.
J.J., again, congratulations. Must be exciting. Must be exciting in the city, right? It's got to think
fun.
that you're going back.
It's been fun. We still got work to do. It's going to be an exciting homestand here. Our last 6 games, 3 with Detroit, 3 with San Francisco, and hopefully we can head back on the road next Sunday in a really good spot.
All right, J.J. Picollo. J.J., congratulations again. Best of luck down the stretch here.
Thank you, Brian.